not gang gang. You know what I'm saying? I do not gang gang.
I don't like gangs. I don't like conspiracy. I don't like the word Rico. Like none of that. So you see the young boys say you ain't got no body.
When did the relationship start to go south with 50?
You know, I was tolerating a lot of undesired energy.
Right.
With Boo Boo, I'm not even gonna call him 50. 50 was a street that basically said the street, but was still involved in the street and started rapping.
He has been 10 toes down since day one when it comes to standing on business, 50 Cent, and his name continues to ring in hoods worldwide. Unlike most musicians who have to pay gangs for security when they roll into certain territories, 50 Cent moves differently. He's had beef with some serious street figures, including the Crips, a powerhouse gang with major influence. But here's the shocking part: 50 Cent doesn't pay street tax or extortion money to anyone. That's right, while most rappers pay for protection, he refuses to bow down. And trust me, that's a rare thing in the industry. As he gets older, he's becoming more vocal about his past and business moves, especially when it comes to why the Crips still fear him. 50 Cent has always been clear, he is not a gang member. But one thing's for sure, he grew up in the ruthless streets of South Jamaica, Queens, and unlike many others, he never needed a gang to back him up.
I've always made early residence. I am not gang. I do not gang bang.
I do not like Rico. I do not like conspiracy. Keep both of those brothers away from me. These laws was designed to bring down the mafia. When you think crime,
because he wasn't involved with what made it fall apart in the beginning. So, we cool. You can play it out. He's a rapper, man. This is hip hop. In the heat of it, you actually got beef with the person.
At 19, he got locked up after getting caught selling to an undercover. The cops found a stash and a weapon, and that was his wake-up call. After that, he knew he had to leave the street life behind. But don't get it twisted, just because he walked away from that lifestyle doesn't mean he's not connected or respected.
The type of dude, he was outside when he was 12 years old. You know, his mother and father, he didn't have too much knowledge of them. He had knowledge of his mother, but his father.
Enter Spider Law, a full-time G-Unit affiliate who once attempted to launch the entire G-Unit Crips movement. Out of loyalty, 50 Cent and G-Unit initially backed him, even allowing him to bring nearly 100 Crips on stage during their performances. But this alliance came with serious consequences. At one show, things got so heated that it had to be abruptly canceled, and the reason? A massive presence of Bloods in the crowd. You see where this was heading, right? Spider Lock's music video shoots were getting shot up, and rival gangs were constantly pulling up, ready for war. The situation became too dangerous, and 50 Cent wasn't about to let street politics jeopardize his empire. So in the end, he had no choice but to cut Spider Lock loose, because when it comes to business, 50 moves smart, not reckless.
Really with, Spider Lock and the Crips in LA. I'm New York, so I don't really know LA politics.
And against my advice, he prompted the homies to take the stage with him, and he announced to the San Diego crowd something to the effect of, "What's wrong with this picture? I'm a New York with 100 Crips."
And once things went south with G-Unit, Spider Loc didn't even put up a fight. Rumor has it, he was so shaken that he just dipped without defending himself, which tells you everything you need to know about the power dynamic here. Meanwhile, 50 Cent has never backed down from the big dogs. When Suge Knight, the same man who had everyone shook back in the day, tried to press him early in his career, 50 stood his ground. That's not speculation, that's just facts. He even pulled up to the In Da Club video shoot fully aware that Suge Knight was out there, trying to intimidate him. But if there's one thing history has proven, it's that 50 Cent doesn't scare easily. And that's exactly why his name still rings bells in the streets.
He showed up to the In Da Club video shoot. He came, it was like, "Suge's outside! Suge's outside!" Everybody like, he was running, dropping shit, like, man, everybody going, I'm in front of the camera.
And let's not forget his legendary beef with Murder Inc. back in 2050, got stabbed outside the Hit Factory studio in New York, all because of his beef with Ja Rule. And Murder Inc., one of their artists, Black Child, claimed it was self-defense, but we all know the case 50 needed 3 stitches after that attack. But did he fall back? Nope. He doubled down and kept applying pressure.
And I beef with 50 Cent. All I hear is say, well, if niggas tried to get me shot, or if niggas had something to do with getting me shot, or if niggas did this and that to me.
Like, he ran through the lobby, me and Ja chased him through the lobby and shit. and then the elevator doors just like closed just in time. But that's a whole nother story, you know?
Even after Irv Gotti was down bad, 50 Cent wasted no time mocking him. He went as far as posting a picture of himself smoking a hookah next to a fake gravestone, captioning it, "I'm smoking on that Gotti pack now. God bless him." The level of pettiness, unmatched. But let's not forget the 2000 shooting, where 50 Cent was hit 9 times, a situation that would have been fatal for most. But not for 50. He survived multiple real-life attempts on his life and came back stronger than ever. And instead of staying quiet, he fell out with one of his former day ones, Bang M. Smurf. By Summer Jam 2004, things had gotten so heated that Smurf and his crew pulled up front row just to taunt 50. And how did 50 Cent respond? With disrespectful generosity, he threw money and water at them like they were nothing. If there's one thing we know about 50 Cent, it's that he plays by his own rules, and he never lets anyone forget it.
Smurf? Smurf. Yeah. Yeah, look. That's my baby. You understand what I'm saying? Smurf is my baby boy.
Well, that's how y'all giving it up. That ain't tossing me up in here, so I jumped back over the barricade. So I started throwing chairs. I see bitches' shoes.
The most dangerous beef 50 had that was with Jimmy Henchman. Now, if you know Henchman's rep, you know he's not the one to mess with it. All popped off in 2005 when 50 dropped the game from Unit Henchman, who was managing Game at the time, took that real personal. The situation escalated fast, arguments, threats, and eventually violence.
Game, you think your relationship is repairable?
I don't know what really caused it, Biggs. I don't try to patch relationships, friendship.
The situation escalated further in 2007 after Tony Yeo and Lomac, 2 unit members, allegedly jumped Henchman's 14-year-old son, sparking weeks of intense animosity. Many people think that the shooting death of Lomac after he was released from prison was a revenge strike carried out by goons.
Now, you can't do an interview inside of Hot 97.
Right.
Because I think it was like that building was part of like some...
It was Viacom or something.
Oh, no, it wasn't Viacom. It was like part of like some...
The tale remained murky even after Henchman was found guilty of carrying out the hit on Loma and given a life sentence plus 20 years. Not to mention Henchman's purported involvement in the 1994 shooting of Tupac Shakur at Quad Studios. His conviction was reversed in 2016, although his name remained associated with Street Drum.
On the paperwork, and Henchman and them niggas supposed to come through, and I guess they gun jammed, but we had God on that side, and they backed out on the hit. But listen, at the end of the day, when the kid got slapped, right? It's all fair and war. You already know.
So tell me, why would 50 Cent ever be scared of the Crips or anybody else? If you ask him, he'll tell you straight up, he's proven time and time again that he's untouchable. He's gone head-to-head with some of the most powerful and dangerous figures in the game, whether it's street drama, industry rivalries, or actual attempts on his life. And guess what? He's always come out on top. 50 Cent doesn't get defeated. He doesn't pay for protection. He doesn't bow down to anyone. And most importantly, he's got the resources and the mindset to handle anything. The people know it too. Fans say things like, "When you die and come back, it changes you." And 50 did what he does best, he looks out for himself. But what do you think? Does 50 Cent's fearlessness keep him on top? Or was cutting off Spider Lock and the G-Unit Crips a necessary business move? Or straight up betrayal? And let's talk about it. Should other artists stop paying street tax like 50 Cent did? Or is that just too dangerous? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you already know the vibes, hit that like button, and turn on Post and Annotated FICATIONS so you never miss an update.